The very first woman you brought up on stage in Albuquerque was presented by you as being cured, a miraculous walk. But we saw her walking and chatting with one of your staff before your show even began.
Let me tell you something. That woman was a fake.
So you admit you have fakes?
My friend, we have fakes all the time that come up on the platform and tell me they've been healed.
You turn those.
Wait.
Turn the fakes into part of the show.
No. You cannot. When I tell people, if you believe you've been healed, as you heard me tell, line up on the sides, and they do. And then we have people down below who check them. We cannot be 100% perfect every time.
We have a victims hotline where people call us with their stories. And the stories are endless of people who had loved ones die after they were proclaimed on television that they were healed. Having little children told that they were healed of hearing or eyesight, or innumerable. And then in the excitement, yeah, I'm healed, and they leave the crusade and they still can't see, they still can't hear. And they tell them, well, the reason you weren't healed is because there's secret sin in your life. Or the reason you weren't healed is you didn't give enough money.
Has anyone really been healed in Benny Hinn's ministry?
In our research, there's not been one person that was healed.
I do not say to the individual, you're healed. They're telling me they've been healed.
But
so we're not the ones claiming they've been healed. They're the ones claiming they've been healed.
And that's the danger with Benny Hinn's ministry. When he laid hands on Laura Twilley 2 years ago, she told everyone it was a miracle cure.
I have cancer all over my body, and I haven't been able to walk at all, or pretty much stand, and I'm doing pretty good now.
She even threw away her cancer-fighting drugs, but within 2 months, she was dead.
They prayed for her and told her tonight was going to be her night to be healed, and that she would be cured, and she would not need the chemo and the radiation and all of the narcotics that she had been taking for the pain.
According to her husband, she left that auditorium instructed by your staff not to go ahead with her chemotherapy, her radiation, or even her pain relief, because she'd been healed.
I would like to know who the staff member was who said that to her. I won't allow my staff to say such things. And if my staff said that to that gentleman, I will call this man myself and apologize and fire the staff member who said it. Because it's not right to tell people that.
But it's not an isolated case. The woman buried here in Houston, Texas, Joyce Vaughn, was another one of the so-called miracle cures at a Benny Hinn crusade.
Pastor, this lady had lung cancer. She was in this wheelchair. As you were ministering, she felt a heat come on her chest. Now she breathes freely, no pain whatsoever. She's been healed by God's power this morning.
Her daughter Jackie says Joyce too was persuaded to turn her back on her doctors.
One of the staff had told her she did not need her medicine anymore because Benny Hinn says she was healed. She tried to call them for questions, the staff at Benny Hinn.
You know the case of Joyce Vaughn, the Houston woman?
I'm sorry, no, tell me about her.
Joyce Vaughn did come on your platform and was presented as having a miracle cure of cancer.
Mm-hmm.
She died. Before she died, to the distress of her doctor, she said she'd been instructed by your staff not to go ahead with her chemotherapy.
That is absolutely untrue.
She called to ask them questions because she was so uncertain about everything. No one returned the calls. She never could get a hold of anybody.
Doesn't that worry you that in fact her life may have been shortened having fallen under the spell of this?
It bothers me if a staff of mine told her to quit medication or chemotherapy. I have never said that to anyone. I can tell you here under the anointing, it'll never come back. You will never, ever, ever. Now don't hug me. Look in my eyes right here. Come, give me a close shot, will you? And look at these eyes. I have never lied to you. Never. I never will. I'd rather die than lie to God's people.
He's not giving people hope any more than Las Vegas is or the lottery is. He's giving people false hope. And false hope should always be exposed, should always be spoken against.
I've never claimed to be a Messiah or anyone special. I was in Ghana just recently. We had 500,000 people show up, and a man was raised from the dead on the platform. That's a fact, people. That's a fact. A man was raised from...
When Benny Hinn's show moves on, he doesn't get to see the sadness of the families left in his wake. Laura Twilley's daughters write to their mother every week, still trying to understand how she could die after her miracle.
On one side, Laura was telling them that I'm healed. You know, Mommy's better. I'm not going to need the chemo and the radiation. But yet, on the other hand, when she died, that was the hardest thing for me to do, is to walk in that night and tell the girls that their mother was gone. When the cameras are turned off and the lights are out and he's out of the building, you're left there all alone by yourself. And you have to pick up the pieces and move on.
The only miracle I can see you've worked is that people in 80 countries believe that you can cure incurable diseases. That's a miracle.
Again, I will say it one more time, and with that, I'm done. That I do not cure, never have, and never will I use my position to hurt or harm anyone. Look in my eyes right here. Come, give me a close shot, will you? And look at these eyes. I have never lied to you. Never. I never will. I'd rather die than lie to God's people. The anointing, which is God's power, comes on me. Yes, I can actually feel it. And people start getting healed. I would not do this for money. Thanks. If people think I would do this for money, after all the misery I've had to go through.
What misery?
Oh, dear God. You're a human being like me. How would you like to be called all those names? I mean, who wants that? You cannot fool all the people all the time, right?
You don't need to fool all the people all the time. You just need to fool some people sometimes.
Over 35 years of it now, I would have been caught already fooling them. Is the pain gone?
Everything's gone. Everything's gone.
Hinn admits he doesn't have any medical verification of any of the healings, and in fact, some of the supposed healings have turned out to be not real at all.
I am not the healer. I'm human like you. I make mistakes like anybody else.
Hinn says God does the healing, not him, and that he is therefore not responsible for what people claim on stage.
You fly in a private plane.
Yes, I do.
You're staying right now in one of the fanciest hotels in New York City.
Yes, I am.
You wear
nice
very
clothes.
nice clothing. So, do you not have any misgivings about that?
No.
Do you never have moments where people are writing out checks to you or filling out cards with their credit card information, and you're thinking, you know what, these people just can't afford it. They're doing this because they're desperate. And I shouldn't take this money.
Well, what you're saying to me is I should reject their money because I'm fake?
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I'm asking you.
If I was fake, I would absolutely give them back their money. If I had to have a big financial miracle, I would not give $1. Right. I would give a big sacrificial seed, believing God for the harvest. Look in my eyes right here. Come, give me a close shot, will you? And look at these eyes. I have never lied to you. Never. I never will. I'd rather die than lie to God's people.